Hey makers, this is Dhruvin and in this session I am going to talk about Viva Connections for mobile. In my earlier step-by-step series for Microsoft Viva, we have already talked about Viva Connections where I have explained you what Viva Connections offer and how you can set up Viva Connections for the first time. But now, with this recent update by Microsoft, we have a capability to set up the Viva Connections for the mobile view as well. In this episode, I am going to talk about everything from scratch. You don't need to visit my earlier session as well because everything I am going to set up from step by step. So, let's get started. Before we get started, I recommend everyone to follow me on Instagram using ID Power Platform Guy because this is the platform where I am uploading short content on Power Platform. So, without wasting much time, let's get started and talk about Viva Connections for mobile. Here I am on my machine and here I have opened Microsoft Teams. First of all, let me show you the end outcome for Viva Connections. So, first of all, here you can see that in Teams I have Viva Connections for desktop is being installed. Over here I have left navigation and here on the home page I have added two web part. One is for Viva Connection Dashboard and second is that Viva Connection Feeds. So the similar layout we are going to replicate into our mobile device. So over here on my screen you are able to see I have opened the Teams app into my mobile application. Over here you can see three different tabs: Dashboard, Feed and Resources. Dashboard is something which we will be creating from scratch into HomeSite. We will see how we can generate the dedicated dashboard for our mobile layout. As well as we will check the second tab, that is Feed tab, which will show you the most useful feed for your organization. And at last we have this resource pane where we are able to see this entire global navigation that we have set up for our Viva connections. So this is really cool and this is the end outcome of the goal for this session. So hope you will enjoy this entire session with me and able to build the Viva connections for the mobile layout as well as Viva connections for the desktop layout. In order to build this type of curated and personalized experience for Viva connections, we need to follow some prerequisites. The first thing is that we need to set up the home site for our tenant. Second thing, we need to set up the global navigation. Third thing, we need to set up Viva dashboard. Then we are going to set up some web part for our desktop layout, that is feed web part and dashboard web part. And at last, we are going to publish this app to our Microsoft Teams so that user can access your Viva Connection app from the mobile. So this session would be a lengthier one, but you will get to learn lots of good things from this session. So let's get started. So this is my one of the tenant where I already set up everything. And now I'm going to open my another tenant where we are going to set up everything from scratch. Also, if you wanted to learn entire Microsoft Viva from scratch, I have step-by-step beginner tutorial series over there. So visit that series and learn about that thing in detail. In this session, I will not focus on the theoretical part like what's Viva Connection and what it offers. You already know that. We will only focus on the practical things. Now, let me open up my second tenant where I am going to set up Viva Connection from scratch. So here I have opened my another tenant which is Shah27 and this is one of the communication site which I need to turn as a home site as the first step. So for that basically you need to execute some set of PowerShell script. For that you need to open SharePoint Online Management Shell. So I am opening that and run that as an administrator. First of all, we need to execute these two commands. First, we are going to connect our SharePoint service and second thing is that we need to set up our home site. Now, both of these commands I will provide in the description box. So you can directly copy and paste over there. So let me execute this command step by step. So I just type a command connect SPO service Then here only you need to set up your tenant name or your domain name. So in my case, dsha27 is my tenant. So I'm just providing that over here /admin.sharepoint.com. Rest of the things will be as it is. Let's hit enter, and now it will ask to prompt to enter the credentials to us. So let's just log in with our account. The connection has been established successfully. Now here you need to provide the site URL which you wanted to make as a home site. So over here in my case, I just wanted to make my root site as home site. So I'm just providing this URL over here as a home site URL. And now let me paste the command and hit enter. And it is saying that you wanted to confirm. So yes. And the home site has been set up successfully. And this is something which will take some time in order to apply your changes. So make sure about this thing. I waited for 5 to 10 minutes, and after that the home site was ready for me. Now what's the check if your home site is ready or not? For that, click on the setting here, and over here if you are able to see an option global navigation, meaning that your home site is ready to use. Now as a second part, we need to set up the global navigation over here. So I'm just clicking on global navigation, and we need to turn on that global navigation. So let me just click on that. It will show you to turn on the global navigation. So let me just enable that. And now if you wanted to upload any custom logo, you can upload it over here. I'm not uploading anything over here. And now let me just change the title, global nav. Over here there is an option to set up the link for your global navigation. So over here you can provide your appropriate link. So let me just provide this link as my global navigation link over here, and let me just provide that as a home, and that's okay. And similar way you can add multiple links over here. So I'm not going to add more link for just for time saving. And let me show you in my another tenant, I already did that. So let me show you the global navigation that I've set up here. So over here you can set up this type of global navigation, so which I already set up. So will not repeat that process, but this is how you can simply turn on the global navigation and set up the link for your global navigation. Save that. And over here there is also an option for audience targeting navigation. So let's say if you haven't an access of any site, then that option will automatically not visible for you. So if you want to turn on that, you just simply need to click on this feature. That's all. And here we are. The global navigation has been created successfully. Now let's move towards the third step in order to step Viva Connections for mobile. For that, click on the setting here again, and here there is an option set up Viva Connections. Click on that, and now there is an option to create a dashboard. So let's click on that. So once you click on that, you are able to see two different options to create your dashboard. Dashboard is something that we want to set up as a first step in the mobile. So we are going to create similar kind of thing over here. So let's see how we can create that. Here we have two different options to set up our dashboard. One is mobile and another one is desktop. You can set and choose the different card based on your requirement. Now let's say for an example, when you click on card, at this moment you have three different options. First is assign task. So this is something which will show you the planner task that has been created for you. So this is something which will provide you the tailored or curated experience for an end user. So let me just add this card over here, and let's see what it will show us to here. So at this moment it is not showing me any task, but if you create any task in the planner at that time, it will show it to you. So at this moment I have added two planner tasks for me and one planner task for Shriraj. So I just added those tasks over here, and now let's just edit that card. So from here you can choose your card size. So I'm just choosing the card size as large over here, and from here you can also select audience targeting. So audience is to target that who is able to view this particular card. So that is something you can provide it to here. So at this moment I just wanted to have this card to be appear for everyone, so everyone can see that and everyone can only view that task. That is something which can be manageable automatically. Also, you can provide any group URL for any specific group you wanted to target that particular card. You can provide here, right? Now let me just go with our another card that I wanted to add here, like Teams app. So once you click on that, it will show you the different Teams app to choose with. So at this moment I have this many of Teams app available. So let's say I just provide IT admin app that I already have into my Teams. So I just wanted to have it to everyone. So I just provided here, and over here as well you can select the different card size depending on the requirement. So let me have as a medium, and let's just add one last card which is Weblink. So Weblink is something you can add any any URL that you wanted to have over here. You can add, so let's say I just wanted to add a URL for my YouTube playlist. So I'm just adding that URL over here. You can provide the card title, Viva Step by Step Series for beginners, and I recommend everyone to follow this one as well, so do that. So it also detect the thumbnail automatically, so that looks really cool. And you can also upload your own custom image, or you can make this as an icon. So these are the different UI configuration that you can achieve over here. And same way audience targeting, right? Now what I want to do here is I just wanted to move this card on the above section, right? So this looks really cool now. Now let me just publish this thing, but before that let's check the desktop view as well. So in desktop as well, if you wanted to add any other card, you can add, like let's say let me add one more link over here. So I just added my channel URL over here. Once you add anything over here, you are able to see in both desktop and mobile view. Now let's say, let me just check the preview. So the preview looks really nice. It is showing you the mobile screen output over here, and it looks really cool, right? And from here as well you can check the things based on the audiences. Like let's say if you have provided any SharePoint group over here, so let me just try one thing over here. So let's say I just wanted to provide any audience. Let me just provide any group. So I'm just providing one group over here, and now let me just go over here in preview, and it will show me that with which audience you wanted to see. So if I select that, so that audience will able to see which view you are able to see it over here, right? So this is another cool feature, right? And this easy experience for mobile and desktop design for any card, that looks really cool. Also, one more important thing, you can create your own custom cards using adaptive card or SharePoint framework approach over here. This is also support SharePoint framework, Webpart and extension as well. So this is also something you can do, but I don't know SPFX, so I'm not going to go with this approach. And for adaptive card I will show some cool demos somehow later, but let's just focus on the basic things at this moment. So let's publish, and we are good to go for our Viva Connections dashboard. Now let me just add one link over here in the navigation pane for my dashboard and click OK. Let me just save this, and we are good. Now we have configured our Viva Connection dashboard successfully. Now let's do couple of good things over here. Let me show you two important web part for your home site. So let me just edit my home site. Let me just remove this unwanted hero web part from here. I don't want it to have that. And let me just introduce a new section. So let me just edit two column section. Here I'm going to add two different web part. One web part is Viva Connection Dashboard web part. So once you click that, the dashboard that you have set up, it will be appear over here, and you can configure the different things over here. And Second web part that you can add is Viva Connection Feed web part. So Viva Connection Feed, so let's add that web part, and it is looking like this, and it will show you the all useful feeds that are available for your websites, right? So let me just click and republish, and here we are. We have set up our home as well. Now over here you are not able to see thumbnails, but obviously you can go to your pages, and here what you can do is simply upload any of your any thumbnail, so that will appear over there as well. So let me just change some of the thumbnails over here. I'm just changing one thumbnail, that is enough, but I already did for my other sites, so let's not just focus more on that part. So over here I have opened my another tenant where I have set up this dashboard and this feed one. So once the thumbnail is set up, it looks like this one, and it looks really cool. Now let's move towards the last step for Viva Connection setup in Teams. For that, you need to go to the Teams Admin Center and you need to set up the Viva Connection app over there. From here, you need to click on Teams app and click on Manage apps. If you are setting up the Viva Connections app for the first time, search here for Viva Connections and it will show you the app Viva Connection Preview. So let's just click on that and it will show you this page. Now from here you need to click on allow, but before that, if you want to customize any branding, like you wanted to change the name of your app or short description or policy URL or website URL and terms of use, you can add over here. You can also change this customizable icon, right? So everything you can change it from here. So let me just provide the name as Viva Connections and click on apply. I'm not going to change any other thing over here, and let's just click on publish. But if you wanted to change those things, you can do using this page. It's totally upon you. And now I'm just clicking on allow. So this app will be available for everyone inside your organization. Now, as a next step, you need to go to the setup policies and you need to click on your default organizational wide policy. Now, in this policy, you need to add the Viva Connection app again. So click on add app and now search for the Viva Connection. So if you have changed your app name, then you need to search the name with the different name. So let's see, if I change the name app as Digital Dhruvin, then you need to search here as Digital Dhruvin, but I haven't changed the default name, so I'm searching as Viva Connection, and now I'm just adding that app over here. So I just added app and I just wanted to change the position as a first position in Teams. So I just select that and I'm just moving this up as a first position, right? And let's just click on save and we are good to go. Now, once you set up this thing, it will take approximately 24 hours in order to reflect in the Microsoft Teams. I am saying this time is approximate time. Sometimes it is appearing in 15 minutes, 30 minutes or 1 hour as well. So let me just open up Teams and let me just see that if it is appearing instantly or not. So it is still not okay. It's appearing for me and it is saying that your IT admin has configured your app bar which removed your existing pins. Alright, now let me just click on here Viva Connections, and here we are. Here is the magic. We are able to see our app, our all the web part as well as the dashboard that we have configured. So we are able to see that into Teams desktop. If I click on this icon, I am able to see my global navigation as well, and it is showing me my news and everything. Now the interesting thing is that the beauty of Viva Connection is its mobile layout. So let me just open up the same thing in my mobile and let's see how it looks like. So here I have opened the same application into my Teams mobile app, and at the bottom as a first step I am able to see the Viva Connection app that we just set up. And now Here it is showing us the dashboard, the same dashboard that we have created, right? And now over here we have assigned task. So once I click on see all, what it will do is it will open up the detail view, and if we go back, it will show me and back me to the dashboard. Second tab is the feed tab. So let's click on that, and over here we are able to see the different news, and we have set up the thumbnail for only one. So we are able to see thumbnail for this only one news. And resources is something which will show you the global navigation that you have set up. So over here I have a home tab. So it is looking like this. Let me show you the similar thing for another tenant which I have done. So if I go to the resources section, this will show the global navigation looking like this with collapse expand thing and all. So this looks really nice, and feed is also something for with all the images, looks really cool. So this is how you can set up the Viva connection for your mobile and desktop. Hope this video is helpful to you. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe my channel so you will never miss any updates from me. If you are looking for Hindi content, the dedicated channel is available here. Subscribe that and show your love there as well. Looking for any consultancy or training, the website link is available here, and I recommend everyone to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, especially Instagram because this is the platform where I'm uploading short content on Power Platform. And at last, don't forget to listen different audio podcast on your favorite podcast platform like Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and much more. With this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next session with some amazing content. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye.